Hello my darlings, I hope you're doing very well. I hope you are feeling great, you are comfy, you are cozy, you have some beverages, you have some snacks, you have something to hug or a blanket or something. I just hope you're comfortable right now. I hope you're all not sweating anymore as I'm filming this right now. I'm so happy. Like straight away, I'm so British, but like straight into the weather. But right now it's 17 degrees. 17 degrees. I haven't seen under 20 degrees in so long, and it's been raining. It's miserable. I'm feeling very autumnal already. And I just hope wherever you are, you're feeling a little bit cooler right now. Okay, if you're not, I'm so sorry. I know how much it sucks. But yes, please get comfortable, spend some time with me because we are doing another Tattoo Enthusiast reacts to tattoo TikToks. This is my absolute favourite series to do when it comes to filming it, editing it, seeing your reactions and your comments to it. I don't know, I just enjoy this series so much, and I just want to say thank you so much for the people that watched my hour-long special for the last one, which was number 50. As always, I have so many of these TikToks to go through. It's insane, and I'm always forever grateful for the people that tag me in tattoo TikToks. I cannot thank you enough, honestly. So without you, yeah, this series is built by you, honestly. I just sit here and react to it. You are the people that bring me the content, and I'm forever grateful. So yeah, sit down, get comfortable, and let's see what the wild side of tattoo TikTok has for us today. I decided to tattoo my face today. Oh my goodness. So this looks like a very professional setup. So I'm going to say this is a tattoo artist just by the environment and the way the machine is wrapped. That's definitely a tattoo studio. This takes so much. That's so good. I really like that. And to do it in red ink as well, that's quite rare. And the thing is, because it's red ink as well, I believe it would be a lot easier to cover up with makeup, because you could just put a very heavy duty concealer on. I mean, you can do that with, you know, regular black ink as well, but you sometimes get this grey tinge shine through. So should this artist ever want to cover this up, like with makeup or whatever, they can. So they did a very sort of risk-free face tattoo on themselves, if that makes sense. So if it ever went wrong or whatever, I don't know. What they don't tell you about healing a blackout tattoo. Trigger warning blood, just in case. For people that are sensitive to blood. That does look hella cool. Oh yeah, I have been through this. Oh, that's so, oh yeah, been through that. I don't know if I ever had bruising. It's hard to tell when you got blackout. Yeah, the peeling is something else, let me freaking tell you. First of all, that sleeve is freaking amazing. I've not seen many blackout sleeves like that. It's so like swirly and, I don't know, creative. It's a different way of doing blackout. Yeah, I have quite a bit of blackout on this arm, and oh, the itchy phase is something else. Let me tell you, you are peeling. You are leaving a trail of gothic cornflakes, let me tell you. That's what I like to call it, when you get like blackout done and then you peel and there's just black flakes everywhere, all on your carpet, all in your t-shirts, all in your jumpers. Like, there's no escape from it for about what, a week, 2 weeks. Oh, it's gnarly. Okay. Oh, this doesn't look good. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, that's not good. I mean, okay, we'll give them credit because I can tell that's 2-pack, right? So that's something, at least I hope it's 2-pack. But this could have been done so much better. It's so scratchy and no. Oh, honey. Oh, there's so many talented portrait tattoo artists out there that could have done this easily and made it a lot more readable, a lot more, I don't know, consistent maybe is the right word. I don't know. It's just not very consistent. Come with me on my journey of covering up my Ink Master tattoo for the second time. Part 1. What? That's really cool. I like the pastelays. What is that? There's no way that was done on Ink Master. Are you serious? That's cool. I like that. Oh, what do you call those things? Not a were-rabbit. Oh, I forgot the name of it. So this is a cover-up of a cover-up of a cover-up? No, wait. Cover-up of a cover-up. Okay. I'm intrigued to see how this artist can fix whatever that is. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be hard. Jesus. Oh my goodness. Oh, at this point with peace and love, like, that arm has been through a lot by the looks of things. Oh, I would say it's laser time or blackout time. That I don't think there's many artists that could rectify that and make it look good. Obviously, the artist has a lot to work with there, and it's going to be super hard. But, oh, it's still looking... I don't want to be mean, because I'm trying to make that change of being a little bit more positive, seeing the positive outcome in life. But, you know, like, scarring someone for life it's a serious deal here. And if you don't think you can take it on and make something better, you shouldn't be doing it. That's what I'm going to say. Is there any more on this? I'm going to click on their profile just to see if we've got any updates. They have made a video saying cover-ups 101. Okay, this one could be interesting. They've made a couple of videos, but like I don't think we've got like an updated... Oh, I have found part 2. Okay, I'm going to watch this. Sorry, I'm all over the place today. Oh, I've just lost the one that I wanted to watch real quick because it was kind of interesting. Where did it go? Okay, found it. So we're going to watch one where they talk about cover-ups, and then we're going to watch the part 2 of the one that we just watched. If that makes sense. I'm probably doing this in the wrong order, but my brain is chaos today. You just gotta deal with it.
So I feel like some of you are confused on how cover-ups work, or you haven't been around people that have cover-ups, especially cover-ups of this magnitude. You should never expect the tattoo to cover up the entire thing, especially on the first round of tattooing. I have gone into this with a plan with my artist of at least 3 sessions. And honestly, the whole point of this session wasn't to actually try and cover up anything. It was to see if he could actually work with my skin, because he honestly didn't even know if my skin was going to take any more ink. So yes, I am well aware that you can still see the tattoo underneath it. That wasn't what we were going for. We wanted to make sure that I could actually take the ink and that I could actually heal, because this artist actually gives a shit about my well-being and my arm. He also needed to see if he could actually tattoo over the scarring. So it's all baby steps.
100%. Like I was saying, this whole thing is going to be a process for them. Like, honestly, I would have just gone through the blackout route because I cannot have the patience for this. Oh my goodness. But with cover-ups, in the end result, the aim of the game is to cover up the whole of the old tattoo so you do not see it. That is the end game. That's not their game right now because they're trying to figure out what they can do with the situation they're in. But should they have gone over the blast over route to have the older tattoo come through in places, that makes more sense, but they want the old tattoo completely gone. So I've gone through a cover-up, I've gone through a couple of cover-ups in my life, and I've gone through a blast over, which is this whole arm here. So underneath this, I had a full-on sleeve that was black and grey. It was like a horror realism sleeve. It wasn't the best, to be honest with you, but I wanted something darker, and I knew going for a full-on cover-up just was not gonna happen. There was just no way. So I was realistic about it and was like, okay, I love blackout, but I still want there to be some lightness to it. So that's why it's like negative. But in my flowers that I have around, you can still see little bits of my old tattoo, only if you look very closely. If I wasn't to tell people that there is like an older tattoo underneath here, I don't think anyone would notice, maybe. I don't know. It depends how closely you stare at it, to be honest. Come with me on my journey of covering up my Ink Master tattoo part 2. Okay. Nice. Love a bit of flash in a studio. Chicky nugs. I love that so much. Oh, that's cool. Amazing. This is a cool flash area. I'm about it. Oh, that's so cool. A punk Gwyn. Okay, so it's still looking questionable, but we've got to trust the process, I guess. Okay, so we're going for like a space thing, which would actually make sense because space tattoos are very dark. So it could work. I'm hoping. I'm rooting. Love. Oh gosh, what is going on here? Oh, love a taco moment. Anyone else love tacos? Love a taco. Okay, I can see the vision. That is very, very scarred. God. Okay, the lower half is looking a lot better. Oh, gosh. So their next session won't be until September. Oh, this artist really does have a lot to work with. It's coming together. I think white highlights will 100% bring this tattoo together, because it's looking very, very dark. You need some contrast in there. So I think the artist will probably, I'm sure the artist knows what they're doing. They're the professional, but like from an art fanatic's point of view, I feel like all this tattoo needs now is obviously the finishing touches and to finish it. But then afterwards, a lot of white in there just to give it a bit more dimension, because it's looking very, very flat right now. I'm rooting for them though, because they had taken the hard route, because that's very scarred, very damaged. There's a lot going on there. And again, like I was saying, I would have just gone the blackout route. I'd just be like, nah, screw this. Black all over, please and thank you. Oh, so more power to them, honestly. That is a journey. That is a process. And I'm honestly rooting for them. I hope it all goes well, because that is a lot. That is probably the most trickiest cover-up I've seen in a very, very long time.
So, something I have found guys love to do on dates is give you a tattoo tour. Not of the tattoos they have, but of the tattoos they're going to get. And yes, this is incredibly boring. So last year I was on a date with a guy and it was going pretty badly, and he was giving me this future tattoo tour, and he was saying he was going to get all the birth and death dates of his grandparents, and he was going to get a spider, and he was an Aries, so he was going to get an Aries tattoo. And I was like, oh, like the sheep. And he didn't find that amusing. And then he was like, I'm also going to get a lion. And I was like, wow, I have quite the menagerie there. Why a lion? And he was like, well, when I dated my ex, and by the way, I felt like I was intimately acquainted with his ex by this point.
No.
He talked about her so much. So he said, when I was with my ex, I let someone else be king of my jungle. And by getting a lion tattoo, I will remind myself never to do that again, and that I am king of my own jungle. And this is the same guy who mansplained the logistics of driving manual to me. I have a manual license. And then it turns out he had never driven a manual before in his life.
I'm hoping for their safety and their sake and their mental health that it was just like a one-day thing, because that sounds like an absolute nightmare to me personally. Like, I'm all for oh my goodness, I cannot stress, I'm all for people telling me about their future tattoo plans and what they want and all of that, but like in this kind of environment where I don't know, he sounds a bit like an Andrew Tate fan, you know? Like, I don't know, just bad vibes.
I'm gonna give you some tattoo artist red flags.
Okay, wait, hang on. I'm so distracted by this person's beauty. Their skin is so freaking gorgeous, and their makeup and their hair. Okay, I'm so sorry. I was just like, damn, that is a nice makeup look. Anyway,
I'm gonna give you some tattoo artist red flags so you can be safe when you're booking. I'm blinded by this fucking sunlight, but number one, they should be able to show you an unopened needle cartridge.
100%.
You don't want someone reusing needles. Number two, if you're getting a sternum tattoo and they don't give you anything to cover up with, or if you're getting a thigh tattoo and they make you take your shorts off, anything where they're basically trying to take all of your clothes off and not giving you an option to stay covered. There's always a way around it, and if they say there's not, there usually is. You can tape things, you can use pasties, there's ways to cover up. I will fucking fight an artist for you. Like, call me, I will show up if they want you to like undress when you don't need to undress. If you get bad vibes when you first show up, leave, follow your instinct for sure. They should be able to answer any questions you have about your tattoo before they start. Like, if you ask what ink they use, they should show you what ink they use. If you ask how they clean up, they should show you the cleaners they use. If they pressure you into a bigger design, a different design, anything like that, jail, just leave. If you ask for a break, they should give you a break. I could make a part 2.
Amazing. That, for the most part, in my opinion, was all very solid advice. The only thing I want to talk about is if they make you get a bigger design or change the design or whatever, make sure you listen to what they're saying and the way they are coming across. If it's an arrogant, cocky, like, nah, we're not doing that, not today, we're going bigger, or I'm adding elements to it you never asked for, that's the red flag. But if an artist comes at you if an artist delivers it nicely and says, hey, thanks for all your inspiration, or thank you for designing something, I'm having to change a few bits just to make it more readable, because a lot of people, when they design their own tattoos that don't know much about tattooing, it's a very common mistake. There's nothing wrong should you do it, but a lot of people will try and cram in as much as possible into a tiny little tattoo. And for the most part, if you want like traditional, neo-traditional, if you're not going for a fine, detailed, small micro tattoo or whatever, it's not going to be readable, because with, neo-traditional, traditional, whatever, where they use a lot of thick black outlines, if you want so much in a tiny little tattoo, it's not going to work. It's not going to age correctly. So listen to a tattoo artist if they're trying to advise you on the best way to go about things. Again, it's all about delivery. So if they're being arrogant, cocky, it's a bit like, why are you talking to me like this? But if it's to help you and advice and what have you, take it on board, of course. But other than that, all solid advice. I've also been tagged in the part 2, so that's the next one. Luckily, I don't have to go digging for it, or it's not like miles up in my favourites or whatever.
Tattoo
There's
artist
a
red flags
bird.
part 2. What are your thoughts, Prince?
I love birds.
You should be able to see them put on a new pair of gloves before they work on you.
100%.
But also don't want the artist that's wearing gloves that are touching you to go touch everything else in the studio, like their water bottle, their food, their phone, and then work on you again. Do you want a tattoo? If the artist you booked with themselves is late every time to their appointments, a little bit of a red flag. Another giant red flag is if you put a deposit down and they keep canceling the session on you. If they keep canceling and they don't give you your money back, the fuck? I've heard some horror stories about that one. If they don't wrap your tattoo up afterward, red flag. They also shouldn't make you feel bad about changing the stencil placement. Like if you stencil the design out on your arm and you want to move it a little bit higher and they're giving you attitude for that, like, girl, that comes with our job. Do you have any closing thoughts?
100%. I agree with the bird. That bird was freaking adorable. Oh my goodness. But again, all very, very solid advice. 100%. Oh no. Okay, this is... that poor person. This is just a prime example of don't be a hero while being tattooed, because that person is going to be extremely unwell for the rest of the day and maybe 2 days afterwards, because they have gone to the point where their body is in shock. They are shaking, like physically shaking. They're clearly in so much freaking pain. It's actually quite upsetting to see, because a part of me is like, okay, they've probably, voluntarily put themselves through that. But then another part of me is like, oh my gosh, like, have they been made, maybe not made to stay there, but a lot of old school or cocky tattoo artists are very much like, oh, you can sit through this, we're nearly done, you've got this, now you're not tapping out now, absolutely not. Like, I have a little bit of concern for this thing that's happening right now. I mean, as someone that's been through a lot of tattoos, I've never, ever, ever gone to this point. I think the longest I've ever been tattooed for is 8 hours maybe. So this could be a longer session, but it's such a stupid move on the tattoo artist's part to force someone to go through this many hours of tattooing if they cannot handle it. Like, even if this person is saying, nah, I can handle it, keep going, You just have to, as a human being with hopefully empathy, to be like, no, you know what, like, this is too much. You're shaking, you're clearly in pain. We need to stop. We can carry this on in another session. This is a tattoo artist red flag for me. Just like, enough is enough. Even if the person is saying keep going, no, because they're clearly in so much pain and there is so much black work, and I've been tattooed in this area. It's not fun. Like, no. And a lot of people may be like, oh, well, you have to earn your tattoos and all of that bullshit. No, this is too far. I do not care. Come for me. Please do. Because, oh my God, I can't even explain. Just, this makes me angry, because a tattoo should not make you feel like this ever. As soon as you start feeling unwell, tap the hell out, leave, be like, right, I'm done, because you're putting your body in trauma. It's going to take you days to recover from.
I keep seeing
I reacted to the top one in my last one.
Incredibly detailed, minuscule tattoos on my For You page, and they're so pretty, do not get me wrong. But I just want to see one of those, like, a year out, like, fully healed.
Stop it.
I want to see it all jumbled together and mushed up and faded together. I want to see...
No, this, okay, with peace and love, this is why we don't get extremely high detailed tattoos on our hands, okay? Because, first of all, your hands are like the first ones to age. They go through a lot more than the rest of your skin. They're always out in the elements, you know, apart from maybe in winter when you're wearing some gloves. But for the most part, you know, sun damage, pollution, I don't know, right? Your skin, your hands go through a lot. You're constantly using them, but that is a lot. And especially on your hand as well, that's so visible, and it's healed like that. And it's not what they obviously wanted, because they wanted that fine detailed tattoo there. And it's like that now. Ooh, that's kind of heartbreaking. Woman spends 1.5k on tattoos. For like Ted Bundy, I think this is. It went far too quick for me. Yeah, of killers. Ted Bundy and Jeffrey Dahmer. Are you serious? Nah, I'm sorry. Right. I am the first one to be like, tattoo whatever you want on your body. You know, there's a limit, right? Maybe I should not say tattoo whatever you want on your body. It's your body, do what you want. Because this for me is far too far. And I hope that the rest of you are in agreement with this, because it's one thing to have an interest in serial killers and true crime. I'm one of them. I will hold my hands up and say, you know what? I like a true crime podcast. If you're interested in the ones that I listen to, Murder with My Husband is one of my favourites. Crime Weekly is another one of my favourites. Mile Higher podcast is another one of my favourites. Pretty much those three. Religiously, I will listen to every episode or watch every episode or whatever. But that's it. That's as far as it goes for me. All right. I have never in my whole entire life come across a serial killer and thought, wow, I'm such a fan of what you have done. Your mind is fascinating. Let me just tattoo your face on me. The disrespect. Like, how do you become so detached from what they have done to the point where you become a fan of a serial killer? They have ruined people's lives. Not just the victims, the families, the friends, all of that. There is so many people that are affected by this. And imagine, oh my goodness, imagine you are someone that knows someone that was killed, maybe not by these, you know, serial killers, the, you know, famous ones. And you come across this person, you see their tattoo, and you know someone that has been killed in a very graphic way. God, I would be so upset, heartbroken and angry that someone is glorifying and honouring someone like that. What goes through your mind, honestly? You know, there has to be a limit with tattoos. I'm sorry, but I don't know. Maybe someone can counter-argue that and give me a logical explanation as to why someone would want a serial killer tattoo. I can't think of one. I'm racking my brain. I know there's a lot of people that study psychology and criminology and all of that find, you know, murderers and child molesters' minds fascinating. I understand that, but this is too far. I'm so sorry, but this is too far. I think we need to leave these people alone when it comes to getting tattoos and anything to do with crime. Can we just have some respect, please, for victims? Like, you know, they've been through enough, and now you're going to have an artwork piece on you like it's nothing. You're paying money for this. Give that money to victims and charities. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's too far. Oh gosh. So I sat down next to someone who told me they were stressed about finding a place to get tattooed on their trip. Okay. Please don't. Please, not on a freaking aeroplane. Please don't do this. I literally beg. This is not... No. I beg. You don't do this. No. I don't care how safe you did it. You're on an aeroplane. A flying fart box, and people try and tell me that, you know, airplanes aren't that, you know, they're not that bad, they're quite clean. I don't care. I'm sorry, they are a flying fart box in my opinion, okay? You can't open a window, that means the air is disgusting. I'm sorry, you cannot change my mind on this. Airplanes are flying fart boxes, and I will die on that hill, okay? And I just want to mention something while we're sitting here, okay? I reacted to another sort of situation like this many TikTok videos ago, and I had a moment of pure brain fart where I was like, how are they tattooing? Then the machine's not plugged in. A lot of people are like, don't you know that there's wireless ones? I am so freaking aware. It skipped my mind. I was in a whole other planet. I have talked about wireless tattoo machines before. I'm aware. Thank you very much. Okay, there's a lot of people being really shitty about it. Being like, oh my god, you call yourself a tattoo enthusiast and you don't know about wireless tattoo machines. Come on. Sometimes I have a brain fart like everybody else. Jesus Christ. But yeah, this TikTok tattooing in airplanes, I will never, ever be about it. Even if it's like a flying tattoo studio. If that makes sense, like everything is up to code, up to standard. I will still be like, no, it's a flying fart box. Decided to brave a tattoo on my arm. Okay. That's the day after. No. That's not healthy. The day after and it looks like that. No. Yeah, that's an infection. I'm sorry. With peace and love, that is infected. Oh. That must be awful. Oh gosh. Oh no, there's so much like excess like fluid and all of that. The difference. Oh, that really would put you off for life, wouldn't it? How does the day after, like that tattoo was like, nah. Didn't even want to wait a couple of days, right? It's literally the day after, straight away, infection. So whatever happened there, I don't know. For it to be that quick, that looks gnarly. Oh my goodness. I've never seen a tattoo get that disgusting in like 24 hours, ever.
Oh, you don't like girls that are tatted? Take me off the roster.
No, stop. This is so sweet.
Like girls that are tatted? Take me off the roster.
It says in the caption, first tattoo at 81. I could watch that for hours. Oh, they seem like such a wholesome person. Oh my goodness, I love that. First tattoo at 81. What a legend, honestly. Okay, I'm going to react to one more for this video. Got my first tattoo. Okay. This is part of me for the rest of my life. So there's music playing, so I'm going to have to mute it, unfortunately. Oh my gosh. So yeah, unfortunately, because they use a Pitbull song, I have to mute it. It's literally Pitbull the singer as a dog, which is a Pitbull, right? I really like it. Like 10 out of 10 for creativity, okay? I've actually seen Pitbull. I've not been to one of his concerts, but he was the opening act for... Oh, it was either Britney Spears or Christina Aguilera. I think it was Britney. That man has so much energy. He is probably one of the best people I've seen live, and I will die on that hill. I've seen a lot of good people, right? But Pitbull, he knows how to do a show or a concert, whatever you want to call it. He's moving and he's dancing. He gets the crowd riled up in the best possible way, because I wasn't really looking forward to him being an opening act, right? Because I was like I like a couple of his songs. I felt a bit like not that interested. But oh my god, my mind was blown. I was like, this man is freaking great in concert. So if you ever have the opportunity to see him for whatever reason, like if he's a supporting act or you want to go to one of his concerts or something, I highly recommend, because he's great, honestly. Anyway, I just want to say thank you so much for being here and watching this video. I hope you're all doing well once again, and until my next video, bye.